Okay, my name is Douglas Thompson. I'm an Airsoft gun tech, and today I'm going to be looking at my my AK here. Okay. Anyway, this is going to be a review, I guess a kind of a combination video, a review, comparison, some things like that. On the bottom here is a JG Bar-10, which is a vsr-10 clone. And on the top here is a Well vsr-10, my first spring rifle that I got, and it sort of got me into this, which was just a little while ago. Anyway, I'm going to start off, get this one out of the way first, and kind of save the super fancy gun for later. This is the Well vsr-10. Some of the features are a plastic stock. And it is ABS plastic. When you get it, I sanded it down because it was so. I mean, there's some oil on it right now from when I just maintained it a little while ago. It's not normally this shiny, but it was crazy shiny when I first got it, and it was horrible. So I sanded it down. I also did some stippling work on it. Let's see if you can kind of see. Why is that focusing? As you can see. A couple parts that were messed up a little bit, but it does its job. Like the pistol grip was very slippery, so I changed that shit. Some of the other things I've done to the rifle, I mean it's mostly stock, but I've done modifications to it. You can peel this butt pad off, and it reveals a chunk of cinder block. Yeah, what a wonderful addition to the rifle. I had been sort of getting the rifle like quickly up to my shoulder and practicing shooting quick or whatever, and I noticed there was a slight wobble inside the stock, so I peeled it off. Like there's some glue holding this thing on, but I peeled it off, and I slid out this what I believe to be something other than what it was. Slid it out was a chunk of cinder block. That's fun. It's all wrapped in like paper, like it's a gift. And it was no gift. It was a disappointment. Anyway, so the gun was crazy light after that. And one of the things that this gun, well, I guess it's crazy light stock-wise. Like the stock, not the fact that it's stock, but the plastic stock is very light without the weight in the back. The receiver and barrel and stuff like that, it made the gun kind of front heavy when I removed that weight. So what I did is I went down to Home Depot and got some putty. It's like some hardening putty. Like it gets crazy warm. I remember when I put it inside this gun. As you can hear now, it's see the difference. It's like solid chunk back there. Yeah, well, like when you put that special putty in there, it heats up the stock. I thought it was going to melt the stock. I mean, I was kind of worried. It was getting like it would burn you to the touch. Like not burn you, but your hand would get red. Even though my hand looks kind of red right now, just because of the flash. But yeah. So this is the Scout version of the rifle. So it's very short. This is also the Scout version, but it came with this suppressor, which I will go over in a little bit. So the magazine release is nice on this gun. It actually works really reliably, and the magazine that comes with the gun is relatively nice quality. It feels solid, doesn't feel like it'll break anywhere. It's not the kind that are transparent, so you can't see the rounds like that you have left. I like the transparent ones personally, but it has a nice, it clicks into place nice, stays put. The trigger guard is plastic, and I'll get to that in a second here. Or something on that topic. The trigger unit is not stock. It is a Angel Customs 90-degree Alpha, I think, Alpha Pro trigger system. It's like a $100 trigger assembly, which does not work. So you have to modify it to get it to work. It doesn't. The sears don't lock up, so like they should. So on both of my units, because I have that same unit in both guns, and so I don't know what the hell they're thinking releasing that shit when it doesn't work. But I guess they're thinking the people that buy it know how to work on these guns. So, I mean, anyway, I got it to work, and it works great now. Next time I do disassembly of this gun, I mean, I'll show you what I'm talking about and how I did it if I get around to it. But I'm just going to do a basic overview. The gun shoots stock. I think it shoots like 400 or something like that. With some of the simple modifications I've done to this gun, I got it to shoot 430. I think last time I chronoed it, 430 or 440, something like that. It comes with a rail attachment so you can attach your scopes and stuff, and the hardware that comes with it is decent quality. The receiver is not very decent quality, and I'm not sure why my flash keeps on turning off, but it's very inconvenient. Yeah, so the hop-up adjustment is right here, and it's in a convenient location, but it's also a location where if you run around with it, it can get bumped and moved around. It doesn't. There's like a little detent that and it'll spring, so it kind of clicks into place. It goes, you know, it clicks and stays in place pretty well. I've never had it come out and switch itself on me. The internals are stock. The piston is the stock plastic piston. The only thing I've done to it is I sealed up some holes in the piston and on the piston head portion, and replaced some things to make it a little bit louder. If you watched my last video of the Snow Wolf M99, I mentioned that I like to make my guns louder rather than quieter. I think it just makes them more fun to use, because then, you know, other people can kind of find you, and I don't know, it's exciting. I like it. This tip right here is actually orange plastic. As you can see, the paint's kind of wearing off. So I painted it and stuff. All I did is like put some tape around it and then spray paint it while it was on the gun, because I couldn't remove it without drilling out the pins and stuff, and I didn't want to have to do that. I don't know if it's threaded. I'm assuming it's not threaded because it's plastic. So I'm not going to take the chance. So I just left it on there, and you can spray paint it. You know, it's a bull barrel. So if you wanted to get some spacers, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure that these barrels are the same diameter, but I'm not going to say it's compatible with barrel spacers like the stock bull barrel spacers. But I will say you can make your own barrel spacers out of electrical tape. So, I mean, you can always get, stabilize your barrel. And your barrel is stock. Everything's stock except for the trigger unit and some of the work I've done to it internally and externally. So, let's get this rifle out of the way, though. But this is the Well vsr-10. I do like this rifle, and I carry it with me as a backup because this one's kind of higher performance, and with higher performance things tend to break. I will reference my other gun on a few things, the Well vsr-10, for some of the features. First of all, let's start with the optics here. This is a Vortex Crossfire 1 to 4 times zoom, variable zoom scope, and it is awesome. It's like a straight up crosshair on it, like nothing fancy. The turrets are super crazy awesome. You can adjust it the standard way with a screwdriver or whatever, or with your hand. You know, I can count how many times like where I was like, oh man, I wish I had like a penny or something so I can adjust my scope. You don't need a penny. All you need is fingers with this scope. And it's small, and it has a lifetime guarantee, unconditional, transferable, everything. You don't gotta sign up some online, you know, Safeway card bullshit to make it activate or anything. It's active. You know, I can throw this off a cliff. You know, they never even knew I bought it from somewhere, and they will uphold their lifetime warranty. I can give this to someone I don't know on the street. They can break it and send it in and get a brand new one for the rest of their life. So it is transferable. This gun is like 100% custom except for the stock, the bolt handle, the rail segment, and the barrel. Everything else has been modified. The bolt is a SHS steel bolt. It's awesome. I love it. And the spring inside is a Lilacs M170, or I think it's called SS170. I don't know. They have a bunch of different names for all these things. This will be the piston inside eventually. I'm working on it a little bit. I'm having to glue this Delrin ring on here because it kept on popping off and it didn't fit inside the gun. So I'm having to shave these rings down and do some work on it. So this will be in the gun. This also has the Angel Customs trigger unit, the alpha unit for vsr-10s with the 90-degree sear. As you can see from that cap, it utilizes the 90-degree sear, which is all steel. The trigger's steel, piston sear steel, the trigger sear is steel. Everything's steel except for the housing, and the housing is CNC machined aluminum. What else internally? There's a steel guide rod. It's a 7mm guide rod. There is a steel piston stopper, or what is it called? Not piston stopper. I think that's what it's called, a stopper. The thing that makes it to where you can cock it and holds back, you know. And a steel Angel Customs modified cylinder head. I had to Dremel it and repolish it and bore it out a little bit, but it's awesome. It's super awesome. There is a PDI hop-up chamber in here, the dual arm one. Like so, if you have a shot that curves to the left or to the right, or to the right, or up or down or whatever, you can adjust all that since there are two hop-up arms. There is a Lonex 303mm carbon steel tight bore 3.03 inner barrel with two barrel spacers, O-rings on both the inside and the outside. And then I modified the inner barrel to it's an AEG inner barrel, but I modified it to have a bigger window for the bucking, so I can make more adjustments. All the screws that could be replaced with high quality screws have been. The suppressor here is a clockwise threaded, and this actually came with the gun, and it's pinned on both the front and the base where the threaded portion is. But the cool thing about it is you can drill it out, as I did, and you can fill this. I'm going to set you down here for a second. I apologize. Well, I guess I screwed it on too tight. But you can undo this, and I filled this with foam, and it actually comes with a plastic core that's been like kind of drilled to let the air escape. And I'm going to blow through this so you can hear it. Hear how quiet it is. That's what I was doing. So it's pretty damn quiet. I will shoot it with and without that suppressor to lay to rest that Airsoft suppressors or silencers or whatever you want to call it don't do anything. Of course, they're more or less talking about the hollow ones. This does not just alter the tone. And as I said before, I like to make my guns louder, so this gives me an option. If I want to play sneaky, I can do that. You won't be able to fucking hear where the hell I am with this on. So, actually, I'm going to first cock it. There's an M170 spring in here, so it's not the easiest gun to cock, but it is doable on the shoulder. Maybe it's because I'm stronger now from cocking all these guns. But, let me give you an example here. Let me get the magazine out, make sure there's no ammo in it. And there's no ammo in the magazine. Let's cock this gun. Let's see if I can do this on camera. I don't know. I'll show you the reticle of the scope here in a second. This is very difficult with okay. And push it forward. I'll go over a couple more of the upgrades here in a second. I just really wanted to get to this portion. So this is without it. Pretty snappy. Let's screw this baby on. I'm excited to show you this. Am I going the wrong way? Here. Yeah, I think I am going the wrong way. No? I'm doing this left-handed, so it's really confusing to me. Okay. That's the right way. And this is also a threaded cap that it, not just threaded for the suppressor, but it's threaded onto the barrel, so I can unscrew that and get like a different type of adapter to make it to where it'll take sort of standard 14 millimeter threaded whatevers. Okay, you probably didn't understand a word I just said. Okay. Here we go. Again with the cocking. I'm sorry, that was a bad camera angle. Okay. Okay, I got it. And now, I guess from the shooter's perspective, way quieter. And with the magazine in, covering up this gaping hole right here, it's even quieter. So, that's just a short little demonstration. You probably can't hear much of a difference. You can hear probably a difference in the tone, but when you're behind the rifle or in front of the rifle, all you can hear is the pew! This thing shoots 570. Yes. I've also, obviously Teflon taped the head. It takes AEG buckings now that I switched out the hop-up system. This is also an Angel Customs trigger guard. It's the M700 model. If you're questioning which one to get, this is the one to get. And the screw hole is not the same size as the stock one, unfortunately, so I actually had to create my own diameter screw with I just put it in a drill and shaved it away with a file until it was the right size. File is a great thing to have if you're going to work on your guns. It is all different size files. That's a huge file, but with a bastard cut file. But yeah, it is a great thing to have. Nothing in the stock, nothing up my sleeve, and yeah, and this is an NC Star scope mount, cantilever. Yeah, I don't know. And the rail that it comes with it is actually an aluminum machined rail, very nice quality. But yeah, so that's my rifle. These are my rifles. There are many like this one, except there aren't because the components I have in there are one of a kind since I have modified almost everything in here. Yeah, I'm very happy with this rifle. The JG Bar-10 is an awesome upgrade platform. There's no point in getting the Tokyo Marui one because I know a bunch of people. They're like, oh yeah, I got the Tokyo Marui one, and then tell me like, what they've done to their rifle. I'm like, so you basically replaced everything that made it a Tokyo Marui rifle besides the stock. So you paid like what are they cost? I think $300 or something like that, or $200, $250, something like that. I know it's twice, if not more, as much as this rifle. Yeah, so they're like, yeah, I got a new outer barrel, I got a new machined receiver, I got a new steel bolt handle, I got a new trigger guard. A lot of the modifications I got too. I got a new pretty much everything, and I'm like, so you have a Tokyo Marui stock, a plastic stock, yeah, and you paid $250 for that stock, and then threw away all the Tokyo Marui parts. Yeah, good choice there. So I don't recommend getting the Tokyo Marui version. This is clearly the winner in terms of affordability, in terms of price to what you're getting ratio. I love this rifle. It is crazy awesome, and I will not be selling this. Do not ask. Happy airsofting. If you got any questions, definitely feel free to ask them. If you have any comments, do the same. I'm always enthusiastic about answering people's questions, and if you got something that's bothering you or something that you really like, yeah, shoot a comment on the video. Please like and subscribe the video, and I hope you enjoy these videos I make for you guys. Again, happy airsofting.